After his first few games as a Wisconsin Badger, Devin Callier is once again a Heisman frontrunner, thanks in part to an insane performance against Purdue where he took 7 kick returns to the house. Devin has proved that he can thrive in Wisconsin's power running system, and his fans think that he's the most exciting player in college sports, but there are plenty of people who don't like him. After he made the decision to transfer from UNC, a lot of people called him selfish and said that he was more interested in his own success than his team's success. Tar Heel fans who have grown to hate him after the transfer are saying that he cost a great UNC basketball team a chance at a championship and that he'll never win a title in either sport at Wisconsin. As the Badgers get into the teeth of their Big Ten schedule, it's time to see if Devin's really a winner or if he'll prove his haters right. Our first game of the day is our biggest so far as we're taking on number 2 Ohio State, and they've already got us to 3rd down, but this is where Devin is best. We're gonna get open out of the backfield for a big gain, and we've got to establish the run today. This is definitely the best run defense we've played against, but Devin is on a tear. In our last game, we had 7 touchdowns just on the kick return, but Graham Mertz is struggling so far against this Ohio State offense. We're just running a draw on 3rd and 20. Very conservative play call. That's one bad thing about being at Wisconsin. Once we get behind the sticks, our options start to become limited. We do not have the receiving threats or the quarterback that we had at UNC, but we've got a lot of room on this kick return. It looks like Devin is going to have another field day in the return game. We've got excellent field position here, a chance to punch it in for an opening touchdown, and we're going to get to the edge, put our head down. That's how we like to start off the game. Ohio State does put together a nice drive, but defense is able to hold them to a field goal. I have a feeling the Buckeyes are going to get theirs on offense today. So we're going to have to put up a fair amount of points, but we've got a huge hole here. Devin's going to stumble. I thought we were going to take that all the way to the house. We haven't had as much space in this game because Ohio State's been a better tackling team than what we've seen so far, and Graham Mertz is not able to pick up that 3rd down. So Ohio State takes the lead with just a couple minutes left in the half, and their kick return team shuts us down. Now we really need to respond. We are not a 2-minute drill type of team. So Devin is going to be the main threat out of the backfield, and the defense absolutely lost him that time. We're going to go all the way down the sidelines for an easy reception touchdown. That'll put us right back on top, and our defense gets a stop, so we've got a chance to retake control of this game here. Unfortunately, we don't have any timeouts, so we cannot run our passes too short of the sticks. Graham Mertz is going to throw a dot there, though number 3 is streaking down the middle of the field for a huge gain, and we should be pretty close to field goal range now. Devin's open. I thought that was going to us, but the tight end is going to rumble all the way down to the 1 after we pick up a block, and with Devin coming off the field, we're passing the ball here. Graham Mertz takes a terrible sack, so now we've got a 3rd and goal. I do not understand the play calling, and that's going to be way short of the sticks. Thankfully, Allen gets out of bounds, so we are going to have to settle for a field goal after getting it all the way down to the 1. Ohio State answers with a touchdown. This is definitely the best offense we've played so far, and we've been a lot more quiet on the special teams today. Ohio State's tackling is just a little bit better than Purdue's on special teams. If y'all don't know why I keep referencing Purdue's special teams, check out the last video, man. We scored 7 kick return touchdowns on them, and even though we're hanging around with Ohio State, Devin has not put up the performance I expect from him. He's going to get loose here, though. This is going to be our biggest run of the day. We go down the sideline and hit the stiff arm to get all the way into the end zone. I jinxed it in a good way. And after that touchdown, defense comes up with a pick 6 and a stop. We really could not have asked for more from those boys, and we have great blocking to the outside. I'm going to cut that all the way back. I was trying to make something happen. We have busted this game open going into the 4th quarter. Now we just got to take care of the football. We got to play Big Ten football. We can't get too over aggressive on this 3rd down. Seems like every time we get stopped, defense answers with a stop of their own, and with just over 3 minutes left, it's time to kill the clock. Devin's well over 100 yards on the day after some big carries. I'm trying to get another touchdown here before we get out of here. So we get out of there with an upset dub on the road. Devin had his cleanest offensive performance of the season with over 300 total yards and 4 touchdowns against most likely the best defense we'll see all year. After that performance, Devin is number 1 on the Heisman watch, where he'll hopefully stay for the rest of the season. This game against Northwestern will be a great way to continue to build up those Heisman stats, as we should see a lesser team today, and you can already tell that they do not have the speed to keep up with us. We're down the sideline on the kick return, and Devin is going to cut that back in to take it to the house. Just too easy. We still do not have a 200-yard rushing performance on the season, and if we want to hit that 2,000-yard mark on the year, we're going to have a couple of those. I don't know if it's going to happen today, though. This Northwestern defense is stingy. This is why Devin wanted to come to the Big Ten. He wanted to be tested week in, week out with the most physical defenses in the country, and Northwestern is sticking around in this game. They cut our lead to 4, and Devin has not been able to do a whole lot in the running game so far, but he finally gets loose here. We're down the sidelines once again for a 50-yard gain. That juke move is so nasty. It can turn a short gain to a touchdown in the blink of an eye, and this is going to be an easy one. That's our best blocking of the day so far. And now we are rolling. Coaches just got to feed us, get us out into open space, and we will make people miss all day. Showing a little bit of power there too. Devin's been well over 10 yards per carry in these last couple games. thanks to some big plays. And I kind of love getting the ball on those read options. For whatever reason, that play tends to give us tons of space. And with just a couple minutes left, coach is going to lean a little bit more on the passing game here. Devin honestly hasn't done a ton in the passing game outside of that big play last game, but he's going to pick up a first down here. It's sort of been the reverse of what he did at UNC last year. He's been a little bit more tired from playing in that power running game. So he hasn't had the chance to get as involved in the receiving game because he comes off the field on third down a lot of the time. But in this goal line situation, we're running the draw for some reason. These Big Ten teams love the conservative play calling, but I'm going to try to make something out of this. We can't quite get to the edge. After kicking the field goal, we will take a 14-point lead in the halftime. This Northwestern offense hasn't done anything against us. Right when I say that, Northwestern answers with a touchdown. The Wildcats always seem to keep things close in the Big Ten, but we pick up a big third down there to get us into field goal range. And I'm not going to be satisfied with 3 points here. I have a feeling Northwestern has another score in them, and I do not want to be sweating this one out. We keep getting into these third down situations. This time we're running the ball, but Devin's going to pick that one up easily. We consistently do not get rewarded with touchdowns though. The fullback's going to take that one in. Our defense has been excellent today. They come up with a huge stop with just a couple minutes left in this one, and I'm going to bounce that outside because why not? I'm trying to make a big play happen. Let's get down the sidelines here, hit that stiff arm. We're going to have to make something happen if we want to hit 200 yards on the day. I'm going to keep trying to cut it outside until we hit our mark. These defenders aren't necessarily playing the run poorly, but Devin just has speed to get around these slow linebackers. We're picking up a first down on almost every run play, and this is what Wisconsin football is supposed to do. Just wear other teams down and juice the clock. We do have a third down here, but I don't think Northwestern has time to respond. I thought that was headed for me, so we accidentally forced a drop there, I think. We do have a fourth down here. Coach is interestingly enough elected to go for it, and Mertz is going to complete that over the middle, but we don't get it. And check this out, man. Down 7, no timeouts left, 33 seconds on the clock. Northwestern decides to kick it deep. Man, you gotta love the Big Ten. We're just gonna take this all the way to the house for our second return touchdown of the day to close this one out. The CPU logic in this game maybe leaves something to be desired, but Devin has another great day nonetheless. 160 yards on the ground plus 40 through the air and 2 returning touchdowns should definitely keep him number 1 on the leaderboards. We are up to number 3 in the polls, taking on 2-3 Illinois, which you'd think would be an easy game, but they've killed a ton of clock with their first couple drives and they're already up 7-0. Devin's gonna have to help string a drive together here, and he's gonna make some room for himself on the outside. That's all speed, and we're going to pick up a nice 16-yard gain. So after Devin goes to the sidelines, offense is able to punch it in for a touchdown, but Illinois and Tommy DeVito are on fire. They go down and get another 7, so we're going to have to keep making big plays in this game. We might just be on upset alert. Our offense does not move very fast, so getting behind is not good. The style of play at Wisconsin is definitely better suited to Devin's abilities, but not well suited to a comeback, and Graham Mertz is going to have to make some throws for us to win this game. Devin was wide open there, but that's going to be an incompletion. Thankfully, defense gets the stop. We got to play the field position game a little bit in the Big Ten, and we've got a little bit of space on the punt return. We're going to turn that into a lot of space as we get down the sideline for a nice gain, and this feels like a do or die drive. Down 8 points, we got to get something here, and that missed extra point might come back to haunt us a little bit. All right, I'm liking the counter call here, but we're going to get swamped in the backfield. This well-coached defense is keying into the run game. We're going to have to do what we do in the pass game. Devin hits the juke move to pick up the first down in another big gain. We're off the field here, so it's on the arm of Graham Mertz, and he's going to throw a strike over the middle for a huge touchdown. This is a big 2-point conversion. I'm not sure why Devin's not on the field. He must have gotten hurt, but we're going to pick that up. But Illinois goes down and reclaims the lead. So with just 2 minutes left, we need to put together a touchdown drive. But luckily, this is where Devin has been great in his career so far. The problem is we don't have Drake May at quarterback. Graham Mertz is just going to have to keep finding a way to get us the ball. But every time Devin comes off the field, it seems like we take a huge loss, and I absolutely hate this play call on third down. We're just running a wide receiver screen, and that is going to go nowhere. There's that Big Ten play calling again, and it comes down to this 4th and 15 from our own 20, and Graham Mertz is going to throw an interception. That might just do it. We take a devastating first loss of the season against unranked Illinois, and now we are going to have to win out to get into the college football playoffs. So after the loss, we fall all the way to number 15. The season is not over, but now every game is of crucial importance as we're taking on Iowa for the Floyd of Rosedale, and we are going to bust it open for a touchdown on the first play. That's how we started out against a tough defense. I'm not gonna lie, it's just a little bit painful for me to play with Wisconsin against my favorite team, but I'm gonna give it my best and try to take home the pig. Devin's already got 70 yards after just a couple running plays, so I feel pretty good about this one. And y'all already know that Iowa offense probably not gonna do too much today. I don't know if Brian Ferentz is hitting that 24-point win total with this 3-5 team. Despite that first play though, we can't take Iowa lightly. I know their defense is gonna give us some trouble, as we're lucky to pick up anything there. But now coach is calling my favorite play. The blocks are setting up pretty well, but we're not able to pick up too much. I shouldn't have spun like that. And Devin is coming off the field on third down. Coach is just going to run a draw there, and that goes nowhere. Come on, man. So we have to settle for a field goal, but like I said, Iowa offense isn't going to do anything. We just got to take care of the ball, kill some clock, keep picking up points every couple drives. The fact that we got on the board so early in this game is huge because it seems like points are going to be a little bit harder to come by today. And Devin really hasn't done anything since that first play. So Iowa is finally able to get into the end zone. They do miss the extra point, but we've got a game here. We have already learned this season that putting together a drive with just a minute and a half left is not this team's strong suit. And for whatever reason, coach keeps taking us off the field on third down. We are going to complete a pass well short of the sticks, and Kirk Ferentz is going to use his timeout. But the Iowa offense gives the ball right back, so we've got a chance to get into field goal range before halftime here, and Devin is wide open. If we didn't get tripped up, that might have been a touchdown. With 7 seconds left, we have time to take one shot into the end zone. Graham Mertz, you got to snap the ball, bud. Okay, Devin is wide open once again, but we're going to take the sack. And instead of kicking the 48-yard field goal, coach has decided to go for the Hail Mary here. Very interesting. We are, of course, not going to pick that up. So we head into halftime with just a 4-point lead. This is another grinded out defensive battle, but hopefully this game does not turn out like the Illinois game. We got to take care of business here, but Devin has not been going anywhere since that first play. So we settle for a field goal there, but a 7-point lead is a lot in what has become a pretty gross defensive game. That's almost an insurmountable lead for the Iowa offense, actually. If Devin breaks off just one big touchdown run, it could effectively end this game, but we've had no room to work. The pass game has been almost completely useless as well, and on this third down, we're just going with a halfback screen, and Graham Mertz takes a sack. You've got to imagine that this type of game is just a little bit frustrating for Devin, who's used to those shootouts in the ACC, and he has been getting hit hard today. This is one of those games where that weight disadvantage is hurting him a little bit. All right, we've got it down to the goal line here. We got to punch this in, and we do. Let's go. We finally get off the schneid for another touchdown. Iowa finally answers with a 7 of their own, but we just need to pick up a couple first downs to win this one, and we've got it on the counter play. That'll be a big pickup, and I think this one is over. Now we can just pad the stats a little bit, as Devin is going to pick up another first down to ice the game, and we are just going to kneel this one out. So we get out of there with a much needed bounce back dub in a rivalry game. Devin was a workhorse today. He really just had the one big play, but the win is what is important. So tune into the next video to see if we can finish running the gamut in the Big Ten and potentially make it to the college football playoff. I'll see y'all then. Peace.